My personal idea which gives me hope is that the universe is a cycle of expansion and contraction, time is infinite and our planet, and us continue to be reincarnated an infinite number of times. The whole thing just keeps expanding, and then contracting, and then expanding again, and contracting again, in a cycle. That gives me hope of seeing the people who have died in my life again and again, perhaps obliviously, but at least I do get to see them again, and they're not just gone. In this theory all the atoms that make us who we are now, would come together again and follow the same timeline as we've followed, but different choices could be made, and mistakes we previously made could be corrected. Would we be the same person, or is there something extra in our environment that makes our consciousness? This is a question regarding string theory, and I'll come back to this in a minute. The following people don't want you to use your minds to investigate whether theories such as this are true. They just want you to take the lazy way out and take your money.
You may have been taught, dear ones, that the silence between the words is the goal of your experience. Yet know, dear ones, that this is only the clinging to another concept, that the words themselves are bad, and that the silence between the words are good.
He's right about one thing. The words are bad and the silence between the words is good, because if he would shut up it would be great.
Help you I can, yes.
A lot of people say to me, how do you heal loss? You know, I feel I'd like to. I've been told I've got healing hands. What do I do? You trust, is that word. And what is trust? Again, you trust. And
For the record, if a massive spaceship came to Earth, the gravitational pull would affect oceans, and we'd all die. An unanswerable question regarding the belief in God is, how can we have free will, if God knows everything? He'd know our future, and we just do what he knew was going to happen. It's a paradox, and that's why religions such as this are logical. There's a theory that says we live in many universes, a multiverse, in which we unknowingly travel to different universes when we make certain choices. As for God, aliens, and ghosts, I don't know if they exist, but mathematical proof has apparently been discovered which suggests we live in a multidimensional world, and we only perceive 4 out of 10, or 11 dimensions of it. This idea comes from string theory. Another question is, how can our physical brain give us phenomenal consciousness, which is the experience we perceive? Could experience be in one of the dimensions that mathematics models in string theory? Experience is definitely related to everything in physics because it's what enables a discipline of physics to exist, just as perhaps the physics of the brain enables experience to exist. Furthermore, experience is so limited, and in turn the experience of studying physics is also limited. We can only perceive about 4% of the world around us. At the beginning of this video, I asked the question, would we be the same person if all our atoms were put together again as they are now, or is there something extra in the environment that makes us our consciousness? Maybe this something extra, this phenomenal experience that makes us who we are, is undetectable because it's in one of the other dimensions. Aliens could be flatlanders or linelanders, so maybe they can't see us. And perhaps ghosts could be in the 5th or 6th dimension, so we can't see them. This connects to the phenomenal consciousness being in one of the extra dimensions, because, ultimately, our ghosts are said to be our identities, experiences, and personalities. Apparently science says that the universe's expansion accelerates and therefore a big crunch isn't likely. This made me wonder what if science is wrong. The amount of dark matter and dark energy in the universe is thought to tell us if we live in a closed universe. But what about dark forces? Furthermore, What if science found that the universe is suddenly contracting? Would they inform us? They might keep it from us. It'd make everyone scared and claustrophobic amongst other emotions. Recently, I heard that a few years ago, the government in the United Kingdom were locked down in Parliament and Buckingham Palace, just after the London bombings, and they didn't inform the public to avoid mass panic. It seems these conspiracy theories might be a reality. And it makes me wonder, if aliens ever did show up, they might not want us to know either. I hope this shows you that I'm actually very open-minded about all these issues. People say it's arrogant to think we're alone in the universe, but then again it's arrogant to think aliens would visit us in our lifetime, considering all the people who died before us and missed their visit. Another idea is, if we had all started from a Big Bang, billions of years ago, and we've only just evolved to the stage we're at now, then why do we think aliens would be more intelligent than us? Could you imagine a world in which evolution would occur quicker than this one? If you can't, then the worlds would arrive at the same evolutionary point together due to all starting from the Big Bang together. Aliens probably do exist, but they're at the same evolutionary point as us. Anyway, here is the meaning of everything. Kilabawali Bluey Baba Gulobi's theory is a theory of physics rarely mentioned because of the powerful thought processes that it inflicts upon its users. It strains the brain's ability so much that scientists who get themselves involved in the theory usually die of brain overuse. Most theories can be made simpler when taught by a good lecturer, but this theory is unique, because it can't be explained any more basically than Kilabawali first hypothesis. The theory explains the meaning of life, and it is also referred to as the universal theory of everything. Warning: this video is going to explain Kilabawali's theory. Many have died from its use, so under no circumstances will the maker of this video or YouTube be held responsible for any death that results from thinking too hard about it. Kilabawali begins by stating the things that the meaning of everything needs to explain. He puts forward the following question: why is the expansion of the universe accelerating? Why is there a God? Why is the force of gravity so much weaker than the other three forces? Why is the universe so big? Why is it also silly? Why do we have thought and experience from a physical brain? Why is energy equal to mass, and why is everything energy, including time? Why am I bothering to come up with an answer to such a tough question? He answers all these questions in his meaning of life statement. This states that an answer to all these questions is, for the purpose of making the meaning of everything hard to figure out. So the meaning of everything, according to Kilabawali, is simply to come up with your own meaning of everything because the other one is too hard to figure out. The concept is amazing, if you understand it fully. Kilabawali won the Nobel Prize of Physics for this theory. He was later sued for plagiarism by a well-known breakfast cereal. So as you can see, life is about having fun, so enjoy yourselves. Finally, and I almost forgot,